For most of my life, I lived like many others, following what society teaches, never questioning much about the world we live in. I saw the Earth simply as a place where people are born, live, work, and die. A planet made up of continents, oceans, and all kinds of living and non-living things. Even as a child, I had questions. I remember wondering why the letter A is pronounced A. Most teachers didn't give a clear answer, until one day a teacher told me, because someone made up the system. It's a convention, so we all understand each other. That moment stuck with me. I began to realize that language, and much of what we call reality, is something we agree upon. It's not absolute truth. It's a shared assumption. As I continued learning about Buddhism, I saw this more clearly. Everything we know, our names, our homes, our jobs, even the idea of me, is just a set of assumptions. Life is like a stage play. We all take on roles and follow social rules, but none of it is truly permanent or solid. During a period of deep meditation, I experienced something that changed the way I saw the world. My mind became very quiet, and I began observing my body closely. I saw pain arise in the body, but strangely, it didn't affect the mind. It was like my awareness had stepped back to simply watch. I noticed the body functioning naturally, the fire element keeping it warm, the air element moving through the lungs and belly, the earth element in the bones and muscles, and the water element in the blood. It was as if I were watching a machine run on its own, without any controller. And I realized this body isn't really me. It's just a collection of natural elements temporarily held together. We humans need to communicate, so we use names and concepts. But in truth, there is no solid, separate self. There's only this temporary gathering of form, feelings, perceptions, thoughts, and consciousness, the 5 aggregates. What we think of as birth and death are just part of nature's cycle. There's no true beginning or end, only cause and effect. Things arise, exist for a while, and dissolve. That's Dhamma, the natural law. Coming out of that meditation felt like waking up from a long dream. I saw how I'd been caught in illusions, mistaking roles, labels, and assumptions for reality. The experience changed how I viewed myself and the world around me. But here's the challenge. Trying to explain this kind of realization with words is difficult because words themselves are based on assumptions. Fortunately, the Buddha gave us a path to develop this kind of insight. It's called the middle way, or the Noble Eightfold Path, and it offers a practical guide for how to live wisely. 1. Right view, or samadhi tishti, seeing things as they truly are. At one level, we understand the world in terms of everyday language. For example, a house is a place to live. But at a deeper level, we see that the label house is just a word. It's not the true nature of the materials. 2. Right intention, or samama sankappa, having thoughts of letting go, kindness, and non-harming. It means giving up hatred and acting from compassion, not anger. 3. Right speech, or samava vacha, speaking truthfully and kindly, avoiding lies, gossip, harsh words, and pointless chatter. 4. Right action, or samama kammanta, acting ethically, not killing, stealing, or behaving in harmful ways. 5. Right livelihood, or samama ajiva, earning a living in a way that doesn't harm people, animals, or the environment. 6. Right effort, or samama vayama, making effort to prevent and remove bad habits and to develop and sustain good ones. 7. Right mindfulness, or samama sati, being aware of body, feelings, thoughts, and mental patterns without judgment. And 8. Right concentration, or samama samadhi, developing stable focus and calmness, which supports deep understanding. When we follow this path, we begin to see that the earth isn't just a place for living and working, it's a training ground for the mind. Without wisdom, we get caught up in illusions, desires, labels, and assumptions. We mistake stories for truth. But with mindfulness and wisdom, we learn to see through the stories. We understand that what we thought was me is just a temporary combination of elements and conditions. We don't have to stop living in the world, but we can live in the world without being trapped by it. The Buddhist teaching helps us return to reality, not through belief, but through direct experience. By walking the middle way, we start to live with more clarity, less craving, and greater peace. That's the path that leads out of suffering, toward real freedom.